What if Trainer Red challenged the current Paldean Metagame with his OG team? Stick around till the end to get your answer. My name is Just Weavile and welcome to my Pokemon themed team battle series that I'm just starting, where we try to win with teams of trainers from the Pokeverse. So if that's your cup of tea, why not subscribe so you don't miss out? Let's get started. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun to my opponents. So they're going to lead off with Cola Boar, which is going to be the Excadrill. As I led off with my Blastoise, I figured they'd lead with something like Excadrill or Trapinch. Trapinch is so cool to see, by the way. So cool to see. So what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to go for a flip turn just to get out of here and do some damage to the Excadrill. They go for a Stealth Rock. That's fine. Stealth Rock is absolutely fine by me. Flip turn should do about a third of their HP anyway. So we go for the flip turn like so. Oh, he does more than a third. Well, just over a third, really. So that's good damage. Good damage regardless. It's about the same as a Boom Burst from Toucannon. Anyway, the best thing we have to deal with this is going to be Charizard, so that's exactly what I'm going to go into. Charizard does really well against the team outside of the Blissey as well. So we go into Charizard now. They obviously know we're Heavy Duty Boots, by the way. We didn't take any Stealth Rock damage. So I'm just going to go straight for a Fire Blast. I don't see any reason not to, because the Blissey can come in all at once. I'll just go into my Pikachu and Volt Tackle that thing. So they do withdraw the Excadrill, and they go into Makazushi, which is going to be the Tatsugiri. Fair enough. We go for a Fire Blast. That's going to do a little bit of damage. Nothing too drastic. Yep, there we go. Nothing too drastic at all. That was a crit. Ugh. So, do we Terra Dragon, Dragon Pulse right now? Or do we switch out? I'd say we should switch out into Snorlax. I think we should do that. I think we should go into Snorlax. So, I'm going to switch out my Charizard into Snorlax real quick. And hopefully we can get a W against this team. Because I've been trying too hard to get a W with this team. And it's just so hard. So hard. So Stones do dig in Snorlax, of course. They go for a Draco and they miss, which is unfortunate. But I'm not going to cry about it because it's great for me. So what I can do now is I can go for a Body Slam, sorry. And that'll do a lot of damage to pretty much anything on the team. So they actually go for a Taunt, which is good because if I went for Curse there, that would have been bad for us. I'm not too bothered about the Taunt though, to be honest with you, because I just want to go for a Body Slam on this thing and nearly KO it, which is amazing. Snorlax puts out some serious damage output. So what they could do now is they could go into Metagross or they could go into Excadrill. I'm going to go for an Earthquake to finish this thing off. They go for a Draco though. They're just going to let the Tatsugiri go down, as that does just under half to us. And then we go for a... Oh, they have White Herb. A Jetpack. Oh, a Jetpack. Interesting. So that's a really cool tactic. I love a Jetpack tactics. I do. I think it's an awesome item. A Beldum Quad comes in. That's going to be the Metagross, right? Yeah, Metagross. Nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. We go for an EQ. That's going to definitely sting a bit, as it does half, which is awesome. And they reveal our weakness policy, which is terrifying now. Very scary stuff right here. We kind of can't afford to let anything switching on this thing, because Meteor Mash is going to hurt, that's for sure. I guess we can go Blastoise. I'm going to go Blastoise expecting a Meteor Mash because we can definitely resist that and do, well, we won't do any more damage. We can go for a Haze at least. And Haze should get rid of the weakness policy, which would be nice. So we do get hit by the Stealth Rocks, which is unfortunate. They go for a Psychic Fangs on the switch. Great play. Predicting the switch and going for the Psychic Fangs is a great play. A real great play. But I'm pretty confident Charizard can handle this. So I'm going to try and go for a Rapid Spin to get rid of the Stealth Rocks. But they go for an Earthquake anyway, which is going to take out Blastoise. So Blastoise goes down. And we're not looking pretty good right now against this Metagross. So I'm going to go into Charizard. Charizard is the best Pokemon I can go into right now. So Charizard comes in like so. And we go. Do we risk it? We risk it with a Chocolate Biscuit for a Fire Blast. So the Fire Blast comes through. We do take out the Metagross, which is great. There we go. Down it goes. And now we just simply... Charizard does a lot to their team, to be honest with you. The Cloyster don't appreciate a Fire Blast, neither does the Excadrill. Tatsugiri can't deliver Dragon Pulse, and Trapinch is Trapinch. Mr. Munchies comes in. Who's that? The Trapinch comes in. Nice and shiny as well. Why is this thing coming? It's going to Rock Slide me, right? Is it going to Rock Slide me? What does this thing do to us? I do need Charizard around. I don't want to risk anything. Let's go into Snorlax. Let's go into Snorlax, because I know Snorlax can take a hit. They won't go for an Earthquake, that's for sure. Are they going to go for a Rock Slide? I don't know, but I'm not confident against this Trapinch, to be honest with you. Stone Edge, right? Stone Edge goes through. It's going to do a lot of damage to Snorlax. Now, we should outspeed here because Trapinch is very slow. Like, very, very slow. So we should be able to go for a body slam here and do some nice damage. As there we go, body slam comes through. That does some serious damage. We get the paralysis as well, which is awesome. Trapinch is paralyzed. And it goes for the earthquake, which is unfortunately going to take out Snorlax. So Snorlax goes down. But now I'm pretty confident that we can take this thing on with whatever we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Espeon here. There is a good chance they go into Blissey against Espeon. There is a very good chance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Sunny Day. They withdraw the Trapinch, not wanting to go down to a Psychic. They have the Blissey switching, so they may as well. As Makizushi comes in, which is the Tatsugiri. Interesting choice. So Sunny Day comes through. Obviously, that's going to be great for my Venusaur and my Charizard. And then we just go for a Psychic to take out this Tatsugiri, right? Yeah, Psychic comes through. That's going to take out the Tatsugiri. Don't know why they didn't go Blissey. I guess they were fearing the Psyshock, which makes a lot of sense, because Psyshock is a move that Espeon could definitely run effectively. Mr. Munchies, the Sociable, comes in. That's going to be the Trapinch. They are going to trap us here. If they have Arena Trap. I'm going to go for a Psychic anyway. They couldn't move. They had First Impression. They couldn't move. That is awesome. So, because they're Arena Trap, we wouldn't have been able to switch out anyway. So, the paralysis was the only way we were getting by that Trapinch right there. So, that is really good for us. That is really good for us. Nurse Evil the Peckish comes in. That is the Blissey. So this thing can't do any stats moves to Espeon. They've got to go for a Seismic Toss or something. So I'm going to go for a Pikachu switch. I think Pikachu can handle this Blissey no problem. So we'll withdraw Espeon. And we'll go into good old Pikachu over here. So there we go. Cheese comes in. There we go. Stealth Rocks do dig into us, of course. And they go for a Shadow Ball. So they are more of an offensive Blissey by the looks of it. As that nearly gets the KO on us, which is crazy good. That's crazy. Let's go for a Volt Tackle. They do withdraw the Blissey. Are they going to go into the Excadrill? Or are they going to go Cloyster? Cola Ball. That's the Excadrill, right? Yeah, Excadrill comes in. Yep, there we go. Mold Breaker breaks the mold. Pikachu has to stay in because we can't switch out. We have to go for a knockoff here. So it doesn't affect them, obviously. We go for a knockoff here just to get some damage off. Knockoff comes through. Oh, it takes them out with a critical hit. Nice. So Cola Ball comes in and goes down to a knockoff, which is awesome. So Pikachu kind of coming in clutch right now. Pearl Pell comes in. That's a Cloyster. Nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. We go for a Volt Tackle here every single time. Volt Tackle comes through. It should do a lot of damage. Actually takes them down to a Sash. Is it a Sash? Yeah, it is a Sash. I don't know if they just lived or not. And paralyzes them as well. So the Hax is on our side this game, which is amazing. We do go down to the recoil, unfortunately, though, which means that Blissey is going to be extremely hard to take on. But we should be all right. They go for a Shell Smash. Shell Smash comes through. Boom. That's fine. Shell Smash coming through is fine. How many more turns of Sun have we got? I'll have to check that. We go into Espeon now. Espeon can definitely take this thing on. Like so. Stealth Rocks do dig in, of course. And we go for a Psychic. There's no reason not to go for a Psychic here. Psychic comes through. We do outspeed, of course, because they're paralyzed. And now it's just that Blissey, because we have no physical attackers to take on the Blissey, which is very unfortunate. But the Harsh Sunlight does fade this turn, which means we can set it back up, and then we can go into Venusaur and stop some growths. So Nurse Evil comes in, the Peckish. Like so. Nice and shiny. We go for another Sunny Day, just to get it up. Sunny Day comes through, like so. There we go. They go for a Hyper Voice. That's going to definitely do a lot of damage. It doesn't take us out, though. And then all we do now is we go for a Psychic just to do some damage first and foremost. So Psychic comes through. If we get a Spadef drop, that'd be nice. Critical hit, that's even better. They go for a Hyper Voice, and that's going to take out the Espeon, which is awesome. So we might actually have a W with this team, which is great. Absolutely great. So let's go Venusaur now. Herbology comes in. There's a good chance this thing has Ice Beam if it's an offensive Blissey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to terrestrialize into a fire type and go for a growth. Growth should definitely put our special attack to sky high levels, and then Weather Ball should 2-hit KO from there. So let's go for it now, like so. Boom, Terrifier, just to be resistant to that ice beam that could be coming our way. If they go for a Hyper Voice, then it just still doesn't matter. So they actually terrestrialize themselves. What type are they going to terrestrialize into? Hopefully Steel, that'd be nice. So they turn terrestrialize into a Ghost type. So they're probably going for Shadow Ball now, which would make a lot of sense if they do. Would make a lot of sense if they do. We go for a Growth, though. That's going to boost our special attack to absolute sky-high levels. And they go for a Hyper Voice now, which is going to do... Oh, that does too much damage. We're going to have to go for that Terrifier in the Sun boosted Weather Ball, 100 base power move at +2, and hope for the best here. So Weather Ball comes through, like so. And that is going to do hopefully half of the remaining HP. All of the remaining HP. Not even a crit. As Blissey goes down, that is going to be the game. So Charizard, Red's team defeated a team, which is nice. I have been battling with this team for ages. This is the first battle you're going to see. But just to let you know, I have been struggling with this team really badly. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Puff. So they're going to lead off with Rouge Leader, which is the Flygon. As I led off with my Blastoise, so they're going to immediately think we might have Ice Beam, and they're probably going to switch out, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go for a Flip Turn straight off the bat. They go for a U-turn themselves, which is fine, and it gets a crit, which is unfortunate, but it did no damage regardless, because we are physically defensive. They probably know that now by the U-turn damage. They may even go into Gastrodon here. As Brooke, the Galar champion, comes in, that is going to be the Gastrodon with probably Storm Drain. Yes? Yeah, Storm Drain. So Storm Drain is going to boost its special attack, making this thing a big threat. So that is unfortunate that they are now a big threat. So what do I do here? I've got a couple of options. I could switch out into our Snorlax maybe and go for a Body Slam. Curse, maybe set up curses. That could be cool. I think I might go for that. I'm going to go for the Snorlax, play. I think Snorlax can definitely do something here. So Fatso comes in the Snorlax, like so. And they go for an Earth Power, which is going to sting a little bit. Not too much, though. Yeah, nothing too drastic. Nothing too drastic. We can definitely take that. Put it that way. So now, if we go into... No, if we go for a Body Slam, we'll do some damage. Let's see what happens when we go for a Body Slam. They withdraw. Okay, so that's fine. So they probably are specially defensive for a start. So they go into Gridlock the Sinnoh champion, which is going to be the Hippowdon. Now, Hippowdon gets up the Sand Stream, which is definitely going to be helpful for that Sand Slash, and also the Lycanroc if it is Sand Rush. If you get Sand Rush. We get the Paralysis on the Hippowdon, which is really nice. And now what we're going to do is they're probably going for a Stealth Rock or a Yawn. So I'm going to go into Espeon this next turn, I think. So we withdraw our Snorlax, not wanting to take any further damage. And we're going to go into our Espeon real quick, who can go for a Sunny Day and get rid of the sand. So they did try and go for a Stealth Rock, but obviously the Magic Bounce is going to bounce that right back. So we get Stealth Rocks up on their side of the field, which is fantastic. And then we go for a Sunny Day to get rid of the Sandstorm. Because they might go in, I don't know what they're going to go into here, but they could go into pretty much anything on their team at this point. And they may even go for an Earthquake, but we could have Grass Knot for all they know, so they might not do that. What I know for sure is that I'm going to go for a Sunny Day. That is for sure. Sunny Day comes through, which is fantastic. It's going to get rid of this Sandstorm. But because they have Hippowdon on, if we can live this Earthquake, I want to switch out. We do live the Earthquake, which is great. As now they probably switch out themselves. If I had to guess, I would say, I don't know. Let's go into Venusaur. Let's just go into Venusaur straight up and go for a Solar Beam straight up, because nothing on the team really wants to take a Solar Beam. Except from the Reverend Room, of course. So we're going to Herbology now. Like so. And they do withdraw. And they're going to go into what exactly? Rouge Leader, that is going to be the Flygon. So Flygon comes in. Stones dig into it, of course. I'm gonna go for a Solar Beam here just to get damage off on this thing. We go for a Solar Beam. I thought they would go back into Hippowdon there, in which case obviously that we wouldn't get the first turn Solar Beam, but we would have still burnt through the first turn from the switch. That takes out the Flygon in one clean hit, which is absolutely fantastic for us. So Flygon going down there is amazing. Not going to lie. Really, really good stuff from Venusaur right there. Gridlock comes back in the Hippowdon, which is fine. Stealth Rocks do dig in. And they do get that Sandstream up, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now, I've got a couple of options. I could go for a Solar Beam straight up, but they could easily just switch in their Revervroom if I did that. We could also go Charizard being immune to that. They wouldn't expect Espeon to come back in because of the the Earthquake chance, right? Or would they? Let's go into Blastoise, because even if they go for a Stealth Rocks expecting us to stay in, they would, we can just Rapid Spin them away, so that's fine. So Shell Shocker comes in, like so. They do withdraw. What are they going to go into, though? Gold Falcon. Who's Gold Falcon? That is the Revervroom. Nice and shiny as well. That explains the nickname. So Stones do dig into this thing. We are buffed by the Sandstorm, of course, being a Water type. And Leftover's going to pop. So it's not looking too bad for us this game. Not like the other two games I've had with this team. So what we can do here is, if we assume they're going to set up Shift Gears, they can't touch us really. Let's go for a Haze just to scout for the Shift Gear. They actually go, they withdraw. So they withdraw into probably the Gastrodon. Blender, the once well trained. That's the Sandslash. So Sandslash comes in. Stones do dig in, which is unfortunate for us. Haze comes through. And now that I've shown them that we've got Haze, they might not set up on us. They might not set up all over us. I was kind of expecting a Shift Gear from that Revervroom, which is why I went for the Haze. But it didn't work out like that, so that's unfortunate. Now I'm going to go for a Flip Turn here, because they might just go straight for the attack, or they might go into Gastrodon, one of the two. They go straight for an Earthquake, which is going to do a bit of damage to us, nothing too drastic. And we go for a Flip Turn, which should... Oh, it does more damage than I thought it would. As we withdraw our Blastoise now. That Sandslash looks really cool as well. I really like how it looks in this game. So anyway, it has the Sand Rush, probably. So we might be better off going into our Charizard, maybe, and going for a Terra Dragon Dragon Pulse. That might be the way we need to go forward. So I think I'm going to go into Charizard now. We haven't Terra'd already, I don't believe. So going into Charizard is probably our best option. We get buffed by the Sandstorm, which is unfortunate. But they kind of have to go for... If they go for an Earthquake and we Terra Dragon, I think this is the best option for us. Because we can definitely take a Rock Slide with Terra Dragon. We can probably take one Earthquake as well. Because it doesn't look like they have Life Orb or anything. So we Terra Dragon real quick, like so. And we go for that Dragon Pulse, which should KO the Sandslash. So let's see how this plays out for us. They go for a Rock Slide as it kind of expected. It's going to do a bit of damage, nothing too drastic. And we go for a Dragon Pulse, which is great. And that should KO the Sandslash from there. It does KO the Sandslash, which is fantastic. So the Sand Threat Beam Sandslash is down and out for the count. And we're looking pretty good right now. Brook the Galar Champ comes in. That's going to be the Gastrodon. We know this thing's probably specially defensive, based on what it did earlier. So I think our best bet is probably going into our Snorlax here. Alternatively, if we assume they're going to go for an Ice Beam, maybe we should go into Venus. No. I think we should go into Snorlax. I think Snorlax is the better play here. There's no point letting Charizard go down just yet, because if we get that Sun up, it's going to do wonders against the Revervroom and the Hippowdon. So they go for an Ice Beam, which is going to bounce right off us. It does literally nothing to us. And the Sandstorm does subside, which is really nice. Now, is it time for Snorlax? Is Snorlax's time to shine right now? I think it is, you know. I'm going to go for a Curse. They withdraw Brook. Are they going to go into the Lycanroc? Gridlock. That's going to be the Hippowdon, right? So this thing might have Whirlwind, which is a problem if it does. Sandstream comes through, of course. And Curse comes through as well, which is great. Now, like I said, they might have Whirlwind. I think if they were going to go for anything here, it would be Whirlwind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as an opportunity to try and get Espeon back in to go for a sunny day. That would be ideal if we could do that. So let's see how this plays out. You know what? I'm going to stay and go for a body slam again. I don't see any reason not to. They go for a body press, which is going to do a bit of damage to us. Nothing too drastic like. But that means they don't have Whirlwind. And it also means we did good by not going into Espeon there because the lack of the Whirlwind. The way I saw it was if the Whirlwind is out, there's a chance they'll bring in Espeon anyway. For free. So, like, I didn't see the point in going for anything else because what's Whirlwind going to do? But body press definitely hurts. So let's go for a body slam once again. Just to get some damage off on this Hippowdon. If we can get rid of it, that'd be amazing. They go for a body press, and that's going to do a hell of a ton damage. And what we can do now is, because they might bring in Lycanroc or Revavroom, we should go for an Earthquake to finish off this Hippowdon. That should be the best course of action, I think. They withdraw, so they do go into Revavroom or Lycanroc, or Gastrodon, I guess. Gold Falcon comes in, that's the Revavroom. Us getting this thing with an Earthquake right now is going to be really clutch for us. So Stones do dig in, of course. We go for an Earthquake. That's going to take out the Revavroom, no doubt. +1, it definitely takes out the Revavroom. It does, which is awesome. So we made the right play there with the Snorlax. Snorlax is kind of GOAT for this. It's like kind of the GOAT. Not going to lie. Right, pause. The Rank Master comes in. That's going to be the Lycanroc. Yep, and there we go. Lycanroc comes in. So we stay in and go for an Earthquake and let this thing do whatever it wants to do. Whatever we do, we don't let it Self-Swords Dance. They go for a Crunch though. That's going to take us out, no doubt. Yep, there we go. With a critical hit. Don't think it mattered. Snorlax goes down, which is unfortunate. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world because this Lycanroc is not the greatest threat in the world, especially now the Sand's gone. Because we can just go Blastoise on Flip Turn right now. Which is exactly what I'm going to do, I want to say. Is it? Are we going to do that? Let's go into Blastoise. Screw it. We'll go into Shell Shocker. This will bait in the Gastrodon because they're not going to want to stay in and take a hit. So we should go into our Espeon now. So they do withdraw and go into Gastrodon, I'm guessing. Brook, yeah, that's the Gastrodon, I believe. It is, yep. So they were trying to get this Storm Drain, which would have definitely helped them. We withdraw ourselves and go into Espeon. Now, this is going to give us an opportunity here because if we can get up a Sunny Day, then that'd be amazing. So I'm going to go for the Sunny Day here. Sunny Day comes through. And what this means is that we can go ahead and go for a Solar Beam. They go for an Earth Power, that's fine. That's fine. They go for the Earth Power, that's fine. Espeon going down is not the end of the world. Espeon going down is not the end of the world. What we can do is now we can go into Venusaur. Now, obviously, I know what this means. I know what this means. It means that the Hippowdon's going to come in, which is fine, to be honest with you. What I want to do is I want to get a... I just want to KO the Hippowdon, really. But I'm going to go for a Solar Beam anyway, because we get the first turn burn off, and then we outspeed them the next turn anyway. So them bringing in the Hippowdon here is fine. I should have put another Grass type move on this thing, but it doesn't matter anyway. And they get the Sandstream back up, which is fine. We go for a Solar Beam here. And what they have to do here is they either have to let the Hippowdon go down or they switch in, sack something else off, which I don't think they'll do. They'll probably let the Hippowdon go down here. But either way, we get a free Solar Beam, which is fantastic, which is always great. You know, it's great for gameplay. Solar Beam comes through after one turn of charging. And that's a dead Hippowdon, which is fantastic. But unfortunately, we don't have a Sunny Day setter anymore, but it is what it is. The sand doesn't really benefit them too much anymore. They've lost their Sand Slash and stuff like that. So let's see what they do with this information. Pause comes in, the Rank Master. That is the Lycanroc. So Stones do dig in. But we have an option here because Weather Ball gets turned into a 100 base power Rock type move in the Sandstorm. So I'm going to go for a Weather Ball now. They are going to Terrastallize, so this could work in our favor, depending on what they Terrastallize into here. This could really work in our favor, so they go for a Terra Rock. Are they going to go for the Acela Rock, or are they going for a Stone Edge? Let's see what happens here. They go for a Stone Edge, which is definitely going to KO Venusaur, unfortunately. But it's fine. We get a crit, that's not the end of the world. I'm sure that didn't matter. It might have done, actually, but I don't know. So they lose some HP, of course. Now, what's the best Pokemon to go into here? I'd say probably Blastoise. Blastoise is probably our best bet. So we'll go Blastoise now. And we'll go for an Ice Spinner. Let's just go for an Ice Spinner. They withdraw Pause, and they're going to go into the Gastrodon, no doubt. Which is their only other Pokemon they can go into, of course. So Stealth Rocks do dig in. And we go for an Ice Spinner, which is great. That's going to do a little bit of damage, nothing too drastic. Gets a crit, which is great. Crits are always welcome. The key to winning this is going to be taking on this Gastrodon. So we're going to have to go into Pikachu now. I'm expecting a recover here. So we'll go into Pikachu. They do go for a recover, which is nice. And what we can do is I have Encore on this Pikachu for moments like this. So the Sandstorm does subside, which is great. We go for a Encore here every single time just to lock them into that recover. And what we can do is we can continue to lock them in. So what they have to do here is they have to switch out. So they get locked into recover. And even if we mess this up and go for a Volt Tackle and they don't go into Lycan Rock, we can still go for another Encore if it runs out. So there's no harm in going for a Volt Tackle here. So we go for a Volt Tackle and it fails, which is fine. It doesn't affect the opposing Brook. They go for another recover. That's fine as well. So what we can do now is, I'm just going to go for another Volt Tackle here. I feel like they have to switch into Lycan Rock at some point, because I can just keep Encoring them. Volt Tackle comes through again and it fails. So I don't think they're going to switch out here. I think they're going to keep going for a recover, which is fine. The Encore ends. Awesome. Let's go for another Encore. We go for an Encore now. And they're now locked into a recover again, which is fine. Recover comes through. And this time what we're going to do is, I want to switch out. I really do. I want to go into Charizard and Dragon Pulse this thing in the face. I really do. I want to see how much knockoff does first, though. So let's go for a knockoff. And that did over half of a crit. Covert Cloak. They obviously go for a recover here, which is fine. And that's going to do pretty much nothing for us. So I go for another knockoff here. There's no reason not to. Knockoff comes through. Does a little bit of damage. They go for a recover. They're obviously going to run out of recover PP soon. That's the main problem they're going to have here. So what they could do now is the end of their Encore. So what they could do now is, expecting an Encore, they could go into Lycan Rock and then we'll be screwed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to make a bold prediction here. I'm going to go for a Volt Tackle expecting the Lycan Rock. We made the right play. We made the right play. We made the right play. Lycan Rock comes in. We made the 100% right play here. Because now that pause is in, Stealth Rocks dig into it. We go for a Volt Tackle. That's going to definitely KO the Lycan Rock as down it goes, which is fantastic. So we definitely made the right play there. The Encore mind games are always something you got to get your head around. And I never can, but today I could. And that's what we like to see. So Cheese gets a KO, which is fantastic. And now Brook comes in, the Galar Champ, which obviously we're going to have to let go down here. So Stones do dig in. We go for a knockoff here just to get some damage off. They take us out of an Earth Power, no doubt. As there we go, Earth Power comes through. That's going to take us out, no doubt. Yep, there we go. We've got 50 seconds left. Can we do this? Can we do this? That's the real question. Can we do this? I believe we can. We go into Charizard. We go for Dragon Pulse. Then we go for the Blastoise Ice Spinner. We don't give him time to recover. So Charizard comes in now. We go for a Dragon Pulse, no doubt. Dragon Pulse should do a lot of damage. I don't think it KOs because they're probably special defensive based on the knockoff damage. Yeah, that doesn't do enough damage. As they go for an Ice Beam, which is going to KO the Charizard here. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So Charizard goes down here, which is great. There we go. And now we're going to Shell Shocker, and this is where it all comes down to. This is what it all comes down to. We go for Ice Spinner with 3 seconds left. Ice Spinner comes through. Can we get the KO? No, not even close. They go for a recover, so they technically win the game. But you know what? I'm happy with this game because of that Encore play we made with the Volt Tackle on the Pikachu. That was a great play, if I'm going to say so myself. But this was a very close game, and they've all been really close games with this team, so that's awesome to see. Let's go for an Ice Spinner, but they definitely win this with the Earth Power stuff, so that's unfortunate. But Puff wins, and that is going to be the game. So GG Puff. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Usherwat. So they're going to lead off with Angry Quill, which is the Overquill. As I led off with Snorlax. Now, I led off with Snorlax because I was looking at the team and I figured Staraptor does so much damage to my team. It's unreal. So I wanted to make sure I led with something that could kind of handle Staraptor to an extent. Which would be this thing being able to take a close combat and body slamming in return. But it hasn't worked out that way. So they're probably going to go for a Spikes or something. I'm going to go into Espeon now just to try and Magic Bounce the Spikes back. Obviously, it's risky because they could go for a crunch here, but I doubt they would. They'd more than likely expect an earthquake. Plus, Espeon's not really a common switch into an overquill, right? They go for a Barb Barrage, which is going to do a lot of damage to us, which is unfortunate. So, since I need to get my sunny day up, I may as well do it now. Because this is the only way we outspeed stuff like the Staraptor and other things on the team. So, they go for another Barb Barrage. That's fine. That's going to take us out. So, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We got the sun up, which is like most important. And that's all Espeon's doing in this game, apparently. So, we could go into Venusaur here and go for a growth. That could be really good. Could be really good. Or we go Charizard and just spam Fire Blast straight away. That's also another option because their best switching is probably going to be the Dragalge. Venusaur kind of gets walled by Dragalge as well. So I think I'm better off going to Charizard here. So we'll go to Charizard now. Like so. Flying in the air like it does. Let's go for a nice strong stab Fire Blast. Fire Blast comes through. It is obviously solar powered, so it should KO. It does KO, which is awesome. The Charizard KOs the Overquill, which is fantastic. So we got a KO, which is nice against the Overquill. The solar power is going to take into effect a little bit, but it's fine. As a Sea Garbage comes in, which is going to be the Dragalge. Now, my best option here is probably to go into Snorlax, but I want to take advantage of the sun. Charizard's doing not much this game other than potentially this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Terra Dragon Dragon Pulse and see how much damage it does. And also just to get as much damage on this thing as possible because, to be honest with you, Venusaur does really well against the team once the Dragalge is weakened. So let's go for the Terra Dragon Dragon Pulse. We may as well just go all out. See if we can get the KO. If we can't get the KO, it's whatever, but it's something in it. This whole team is just for fun anyway. I'm not really bothered about winning or losing here, but I think this should do a lot of damage. It should do over half at least, which would be nice. So we'll go for the Dragon Pulse, boosted by Terra, boosted by Solar Power, and that should 2-hit KO. It does 2-hit KO, which is great. Just does over half, like I thought it would. Sludge Wave comes through there. That's going to be adaptability boosted, and it doesn't actually get the KO, which is amazing. We live on 1 HP with our Solar Power, which means we can go for another Dragon Pulse here and do some serious damage. Now, I think their best bet is to go into Umbreon here to take the hits. Because it can definitely take the hit really well. And then let us go down to Solar Power, but whether they do that or not is completely up in the air. So they do withdraw. Are they going to go into the Umbreon? I'd guess so. The wall comes in. That's going to be the Umbreon, no doubt. Yeah, that's the Umbreon. Nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. So we go for a Dragon Pulse. Should do a nice little chunk of damage still. Just about a quarter, I guess. Yeah, about a third even. Even better. Solar Power takes us out, which means we get a free switch in on the Umbreon. No wishes or anything like that. So I think the best Pokemon that we should go into here is, because Snorlax goes hard against this team if we can get a curse up. If we can get some curses up, Snorlax goes pretty hard. So I'm leaning towards what to do here. I'm leaning towards either going into Venusaur and setting up a growth, because that Dragon Pulse damage tells me they might be physically defensive. And that's, I know it didn't do much, but Umbreon is so specially defensively bulky. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Pikachu could also do pretty well here. Volt Tackle does a lot of damage to the whole team. I think we should go Pikachu. Let's bring in Cheese, the Pikachu. There we go. I like how Pikachu has its original cry now instead of the stupid anime cry that it has in the older games, the older, newer games. Let's go for a Volt Tackle straight up, just to do some damage to this thing. It should do a lot. Nearly KOs it, which is awesome. And then we get some recoil, of course. They go for a Wish. Now, are we going to see a Protect here? Will we see a Protect here, or will we see something else? They might switch out into Dragalge to get its health back. It's always a possibility. In which case, going for a knockoff might be good. I'm going to go for another Volt Tackle here, because they're going to withdraw. They do withdraw, and they're going to go into what? Dragalge? Sea Garbage. Yeah, Sea Garbage comes in to get that health back. Now, we should still do a decent chunk of damage here. Oh, wow, we KO from here. That wasn't even a crit. Nice. Pikachu coming through. What an OP lad. What an OP Pokemon. Not really. All right, Mochi Maker comes in. That is going to be the Monkey Dory. We'll keep Pikachu around as our main physical attacker for taking out the... what do we call it? The Umbreon. So we want to keep Pikachu around. I think the best thing to go into here is Venusaur, because they might go for Sludge Wave, which we can take. If they go for Psychic, we probably can't take it, but it's whatever. Venusaur can come in now. There we go. They are going to terrestrialize. What type are they going to tear her into, though? That's the real question. What type will they tear her into? Ground. Even better for us, actually. That's pretty good for us. So Monkey Dory Terror grounds. And they go for a nasty plot, which is interesting. So they're not choiced. They're not choiced. We outspeed them. We definitely outspeed them here. We just go for a solar beam. It's like, I'm not worried about any terrors or anything like that, because Terror Ground is definitely weak to solar beam, that's for sure. Not that you needed me to tell you that. So they're going to withdraw Mochi Maker. And are they going to go into the Araquanid? Wall comes in again. The Umbreon. They're sacking off the wall, which makes sense. So the wall comes in. It gets solar beamed in the face. We absorb some light. Obviously, the sunlight's going to make it so that we just hit straight away. Boom. And I'm glad we've kept the Snorlax healthy, because that Staraptor definitely gets taken out by the Snorlax, hopefully. The harsh sunlight does fade, though, which means we are weak to speed now. So Monkey Dory does outspeed us, and so does Staraptor. So Staraptor comes in. Nice and shiny as well, gotta love it. We don't have a switch in really other than our Blastoise, so I'm going to go into Blastoise now, because Blastoise can definitely, you know, do some stuff here. It's physically defensive. It can definitely take a hit if it's not choice banded. It can definitely take a hit, and I call it Shell Shock because I don't know why. Brave Bird comes in, and it does half, so it must be banded or Life Orb. Got to be banded or Life Orb, but Leftovers does recover a health back, so I'm hoping that means we can take another one. If we can't, then it's like whatever. But I'm going to go for an Ice Spinner anyway. They go for another Brave Bird. Will it take us out? Yes, it does indeed. As Shell Shock goes down. And they get some recoil damage, which is nice. So what we can do here is we go into Snorlax every single time. Now, Snorlax is in a very interesting position, because I can either go for a Curse here or I could go for a Body Slam. I'm looking at the matchup, what they've got left, and I'm thinking Body Slam's probably the better option. So I am going to go for the Body Slam. They do withdraw the Staraptor. And they're going to go into what? Arabian Spider. The Araquanid. So we go for a Body Slam here. This is going to sting quite a bit. And it paralyzes them, which is really nice. Paralyzes them, which is really nice. So now we go back into Venusaur. We want to keep Snorlax nice and healthy. That's for sure. So we'll go into our Venusaur. Hopefully they go for a Liquidation and not Sticky Webs. Although Sticky Webs doesn't really matter, so I don't think they'll go for that. They couldn't move because they were paralyzed, but hopefully they went for a Liquidation there, so it doesn't matter too much, which is awesome. So let's go for a Sludge Bomb real quick. Sludge Bomb should still hurt this thing a little bit. Nearly takes them out. We lose some HP from the Life Orb. They go for a Leech Life, and that's going to do a lot of damage to us. But however, Sludge Bomb will KO from here, and also Monkey Dory does not want to take a Sludge Bomb, so they can't switch into Monkey Dory to take the Sludge Bomb. So Arabian Spider goes down, which is awesome, the Araquanid. And now we've got Monkey Dory and Staraptor left to take on, which could be problematic. The Mochi Maker comes in. That's going to be the Monkey Dory. This thing setting up nasty plots is going to be a pain for us. A real pain. So I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb straight up. Expecting a nasty plot. They do go for a nasty plot. Hopefully we can get the poison, which would be nice. But this is the best thing we can go for. They've realized we only have Solar Beam as our attacking move. We do get the poison, which is nice. We do get the poison, which is really nice. But it turns out they have Red Card, which is going to switch us out into Snorlax, hopefully. Yes, Snorlax comes in. So that is a great switch for us. So I know we can still take a Sludge Wave from this thing, even with the nasty plot up. Because I have Special Defensive Investment. We are very bulky. We 100% go for a Body Slam here, and that should take them out. They go for a Psychic. That's going to sting a little bit. No, it does over half. That's not good. That's not good at all, but we do take it out, which is nice. We do take it out, which is real nice. So Mochi Maker goes down, and we've just got the Staraptor to deal with. So if we can deal with the Staraptor via, various methods, then we should be all right. But I don't think we can deal with the Staraptor. So Staraptor comes in, like so. We have to sack off. So I think our best bet, because we know it's banded, it did half to a physically defensive Blastoise. So I think our best bet is to sack off Venusaur for a start. sack off Venusaur for a start, bring in Pikachu, sack Pikachu off to the recoil, and then hope that the recoil from Snorlax is able to take it down, which will make the battle extremely close. So Venusaur comes in, they go for the Brave Bird, which is fine. It's going to take us out, no problems. Recoil comes through, obviously. And unfortunately, we don't have static on the Pikachu. We have Lightning Rod, which would have came... Oh, we have static! We have static! We have static! Never mind. Why do I have static? Oh, yeah, I was going to use Ash Hat Pikachu. But then I thought, nah, because it don't get Volt Tackle. Let's go for a Volt Tackle just in case. They go for a Brave Bird, though. That's going to take us out, no doubts. As it does. Can we get staticked? No static. So no static. That's unfortunate. But recoil is there. Now, will 107 HP be enough to... I don't know whether we can take a Brave Bird or not. There is a chance we take it, I guess, because we have got physical defensive investment. They go for a Brave Bird. Reckless boosted, though. Takes us cleanly out as Fatso goes down. And the Staraptor doesn't go down to his recoil, but it makes it extremely close, which is great. So that was a really good game. That was a really fun one. Great, really fun game. GG Oshawott, that was a really cool one. The answer is he would suck.